Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Mudford here. Today we're doing something a little bit different we haven't done in a while. We're actually doing some homesteading gardening work. We've been doing a lot of stuff in the garage lately. I just wanted to show you how we improved our growing area. Right now we have 2 flats of lettuce growing and 1 flat of microgreens. They're coming up real nice. We've already harvested from here a few times and it's been growing back up, but we just went ahead and got another flat going. We're also starting some onions for the garden. This is just for use during the winter here, but we're actually starting some of our seeds now for the garden coming up this spring. We start onions way ahead of time, so we're working on getting those growing now. But today I just wanted to show you, this is my adjustable height grow light setup. I'm just going to show you real quick. We got some cables, dowel, pulleys, and there's holes drilled to stop it here. So we had the lights up for watering. So now I'm going to show you lowering it down. You just got to pull the bolt out of the wood. When you turn the handle, the light will lower down to the height you want. And then you can push the bolt back in and lock it in where it's at. You can get it much closer to your plants. And then when you want to raise it, if your plants get taller or when you need to water, you can just raise it up and get the lights out of the way, and then do what you need to do and then lower it back down. We really like this setup that we have. We don't have a lot of extra space right now, so what I did was I just put a shelf here in the basement over a bunch of junk we got. We got some camping supplies, some home improvement and construction type supplies, and just lots of junk right here. So we just made a shelf over top of it. And we also made a bracket to hold the lights up. That wasn't real expensive at all. And then for our lights, we got some shop lights. These are just 4-foot fluorescent shop lights, and we have some LED bulbs in them, and it works really good. So I'm going to show you kind of how we got here. So I've had these LED lights for a while now. So I just got them on a real simple wood cardboard, and I got some tin foil for reflective purposes. And I did have it just hanging on chains like this. And then I would just adjust the height as the plants grew. And it was just really awkward. It was hard to get it level. It would always be tipped one side to the other or one end. And it was kind of a pain. So upgrading it now. What I've got for upgrading is I got some small cable here, and we're going to actually use a screw and an eyelet and hook it on here, and hook it to there, and then I'm going to be able to turn this, and it'll wrap around like a winch, and it should lift it up evenly. And that's the plan. I have one on each end. I'll also have another little contraption here. This is going to be mounted in the middle. And then there's going to be a cable going from that to this. When I turn this, it'll raise the whole light up evenly. And then I'll have a pin that I can lock this in and hold it at the height I want. That's my plan for it. I'm also gonna put some tin foil on the wall for reflective purposes, and you can see when I was watering, I got some stains on the drywall, so I'm gonna put some reflectors up for that. So I didn't quite have these centered. I put these rods in, so I'm gonna go ahead and, this is just some dowel hanging from some conduit straps so it can spin freely. So I just gotta move them over a little bit to get them centered here. So that's all I'm going to do first, is move these, get them centered, and get the cables up. So here's where I'm at now. I've got the cables hooked. do the dowel on both sides, and I can spin it and raise and lower. This one I had done last night. So what I need to finish this light, I need a mechanism in the middle here and cables or chain or whatever. Still working on this idea. I need to be able to turn it and make the light raise and lower, and then it also needs to lock it in place at the height I want. Well, we've got a lot of work done on this grow light. I'll walk you through what I've got done. I've almost got one of the two done. There's been a lot of trial and error on this. What I have in the middle is this is the old supercharger pulley off of my Buick Regal GS. I've welded a handle onto it, and so you can crank it, and it's got a cable that is bolted to it. One going to this pulley for this side of the light, and the other cable going to this pulley for this side of the light. And then on the dowel rod I have two cables to balance it, and then I just have a 1/2 inch bolt through here for a pin to hold it at the height I want. Okay, so I'm just going to take the bolt out, and then we can lower it. So when our plants are young, we'll have it pretty low. As the plants grow taller, we can just move the light up. So all we have to do now is copy this very similarly for the other smaller grow light, and we'll have this project all wrapped up. So this new light setup has worked great for us. This is February 6th as I'm filming this, and I'm going to have some lettuce that I grew myself indoors in Michigan. It is going to be probably close to 0 out tonight, and we're having fresh lettuce that we grew ourselves. I'll probably steal a few of these too. They're not quite as tall as I want them, but I'm going to steal a few microgreens too. So you can do this yourself fairly cheaply, pretty easily, and be able to grow some good salad greens year-round for your family. That little corner there, and we got a nice little bit for our salad. I'm going to go ahead and grab some microgreens to top it off here. That's going to be part of a lovely dinner right there. I'm going to throw some other vegetables in it, some grape tomatoes and some cucumbers and some grilled chicken, and that's going to be delicious.